r/AskReddit. What's something no one wants to know? NSFW. Generally speaking, people probably don't want to know which coworkers are masturbating while thinking about them. Your intestines are in constant motion, even when outside your body. This is why, when they have to take out the intestines for a surgery, they have a coat hanger-like contraption that keeps them from squirming away. They also don't put them back in order. The surgeon just shoves them back into your abdomen and sews you up. They'll sort themselves out. You shed about 1.5 pounds of skin every year. So by the time you reach 70, you will have shed 105 pounds of skin over the course of your lifetime. How many times you've narrowly avoided doom without realizing it? How often their parents get their freak on? Most things with stupid warnings are there because someone did it. You might be the main character of someone's fetish. You have microorganisms living on your face, and when they poop they explode. Every second there is a few poop explosions happening on your face. The amount of money needed to be set aside for retirement. As the sun continues to rise in different parts of the world, there's a never-ending wave of boners rising and falling. Most fish have this one sort of worm parasite. It shouldn't be a problem if the fish gets cooked or frozen, but there has been a few cases where the parasite was still alive and got consumed in form of e.g. sushi. Now that can be completely harmless and the parasite just dies then, but it can happen that it tries to eat its way out since humans aren't his natural hosts. Also cats and mice/rats have this parasite, Toxoplasma gondii, that can alter their behavior or SMTH, and it can actually be transmitted to humans. Every hand you've ever shaken has probably held a, and the majority of lips you've kissed have touched a nipple. Death comes from out of the blue. Dogs like toys with that squeak because it reminds the wolf in them of prey crying for help. Edit. Thanks so much for the karma, I really appreciate it. Smells of particles entering your nose. Do you smell poop? That's small poop pieces entering your body. That really smelly guy? That's bits of him entering you. That they may have dedicated their lives to an illusion. What goes on in a Tyson chicken plant? That I can suck cock better than my girlfriend. How someone shoved shit back up there. While in a car you're subconsciously trusting every other driver on the roads not to ram into you. The vast majority of men are rated as unattractive by the opposite sex. How all their items are made. Some of them are in factories, others in sweatshops by children, being paid 1 penny a day. Everyone wants things. No one wants to know how they are made. It'd take 2, maybe 3 even, people to molest an ostrich. Allegedly. 1 in 8 people have sex before 14. Edit. Gonna admit I'm probably gonna be the one I'll tell you guys if I do. How their parents and grandparents are having sex. Epstein didn't kill himself. If the rubber tree blight hits China, society collapses globally unless governments diversify rubber, but they won't because preventative measures don't appeal to them as much. Serious. That your clothes and other accessories probably have been made by workers in slave-like or really hazardous conditions. People sometimes poop after they're dead. The average male can fit into a blue whale's female nether region. Your parents' sex life. If your grandparents had that plastic covering over all their furniture, it means your grandma was a squirter. How to write up a will or testament. When eating sausage, no one wants to know the specifics of what went into making it. Note, almost 50% of sausage is made from processed leftover parts of a pig, including blood, guts, organs and, of course, head meat and pork butt. Blood sausage, popular in some European countries and Argentina, is made with 2 cups of pork blood per recipe. That there so thinks about other people frequently. Once I shat a square poo. Technically I guess you'd say it was a cuboid, but I prefer how square poo sounds. I walked in on my parents. They almost 60. You don't want to see what some aircraft engine components look like when they come in for repair, if they're repairable. Men can't control erections. Your mom probably shit the bed giving birth to you. Your breath stinks. You literally spend your whole life collecting people for your funeral. Your heart is somewhat a timer, counting down to the day you eventually die. We hardly hear anything on hitmen, if at all, implying that they are either really good at their jobs or they are relatively few. The former is very terrifying. Some puppies will never see their siblings. This one isn't NSFW, but I thought it'd be fun to add. Your alarm clock's chime is like the theme song that begins every episode of your life. How hard/impossible it is to pee standing/using a fucked up toilet. If you cannot hold your balance well, disability, not intoxication. Gonna get crucified for that one. But, your sexuality. Hear me out. I don't want to hear about anybody's sexual desires and wishes. It genuinely doesn't matter of juicy eyes, gay, half this or half that. Unless you're directing a romantic feeling towards me, I really truly don't want to know who you're attracted to. There are tiny microscopic bugs that eat our dead skin and crawl through our superfine hairs like a Indiana Jones deep jungle adventure. Also, plants have feelings. If you talk shit about a plant to a plant, there's been evidence that it stresses the plant out. You can give your plant depression. I often block my toilet because my poop is so big. Often when I poop it will come out all in one big poop at once. And often it will be clean, i.e. when I wipe the TP is clean. I eat a healthy varied diet high in fiber and low in sugar. I'm teetotal, non-smoker, and I don't eat any McDonald's or any of that shit. I'm very proud. There are complications that can occur in circumcisions that can cause maggots to breed in your penis. Most guys have had their penis in their moms. The irritated eyes after swimming in pools are caused by pee, not chlorine. Also, there's a lot of fecal matter in a jacuzzi. Fascist furry porn is a thing and it's pretty big. How small my penis is. That when you smell something nasty, you actually inhale that substance. How many times you shit your pants as an adult? Well, for all the men out there, something I just learned yesterday. At 23 years old, apparently girls lift their leg when they fart because otherwise it can basically go up to the front and be into the vag, and they have to fart it out again. Thought this chick was just with me, but I've now had multiple women confirm that this is a real thing. Well, nobody wants to admit the real reason your is generally darker than the rest of your skin. Some fucked up doujins can or might have happened. You will die eventually. You won't know when or how it will feel. But at any moment, death is imminent. Lurking in the dark depths of Chuck E. Cheese. You could die young, or be successful and die old. Only time will tell. I won't tell you. When you eat a fig, you're also eating several digested fig wasps. The female wasps burrow into the fig to lay their eggs, then enzymes within the fig digest the wasps. Cats have a barbed penis. If someone shits themselves on public transport, we'll sometimes remove the soiled cushion, blast it with a steam cleaner till the brown disappears, let it dry, then refit it at some point. Sometimes a doctor messes up the circumcisions and has to go cut off more of a newborn. Source: baby me. You lost the game. Girls pee and poop. Wailord and Skitty is an acceptable breeding pair in the Pokemon games. Wailord is a 400 kg whale. Skitty is an 11 kg cat. Go figure. When I was 17, my mom told me my parents were FWB when I was conceived. I sure as shit didn't want to know that. And I bet no one else wants to hear anything similar either. In middle school, my friend's mom told her how big her dad's penis was, so that bevaranal juices, I can't remember the name for them, are used as flavor enhancers in raspberry products. You can make all of the right decisions and still lose. How to renew your car's extended warranty. I'm currently sitting in a doctor's office full of corona-infected people. I'm not here for that though. I had a poisonous spider bite me twice on my nutsack and they are now open flesh wounds. That your mom was in the glory hole booth you put your in. More than half the parents of teenage children have had sex in their child's bedroom. Most of the sexual child abuse cases happen because of mental issues, not actual attraction to children. Cows are responsible for more human deaths than sharks are, and thus presumable more dangerous. Elderly with dementia are the most likely group of elderly to try to have sex. Trump is likely to be responsible for more deaths than a guy named Vlad the Impaler, who liked to impale people alive. The Netherlands, even though usually a great country which I love, has something named erfbelasting, inheritance tax, commonly referred to as lichkenbelasting, core tax, which means the beneficiaries have to pay tax when their loved one dies, even if it was their spouse. My grandfather had to pay 46k because my grandmother died, and since they were married without prenup she technically owned half of everything, over which the tax was calculated. How many licks it takes to get to the bottom of a Tootsie Roll? That you're vegan. Your life problems. Nobody wants to hear it. You always have to face it all by yourself. What actually goes into that meat you eat from fast food restaurants? All of your credit card numbers. That they might in fact be the asshole. Everything you do or eat is killing you. Some things just kill you a lot slower